Neutral. Angeal. Oh no, it's gonna be an AoE Earth Resist down. Ah! All right, so first things first, as always, we check out the aesthetics of the outfit. This is obviously Halloween themed. I don't have to tell you that. Look at that, it's got the blood stains on the sides. It's dressed like a mummy almost. Man, this is a look. This is a look. I feel like this is gonna be one that you either love or hate. I love the pants. I think the pants look great. I love the little gauntlets. The gauntlets are cool. Look at all these belts. Even the collar is made out of belts. Just all belts. Belts for everyone. Look at all these belts. He's even got like a little belt tail. Oh my goodness. You know, the more I look at this, and the chains are cool too. I will admit, I think this is meant to look like the little ghost from, for folks who haven't played Final Fantasy VII Remake yet, I suppose, minor spoilers here. Because yeah, you may not have yet, but for Final Fantasy VII Remake, they had little ghosts in the train graveyard, and they kind of have the same vibe as those little ghosts in the train graveyard, like with how baggy the cloth is and the type of cloth itself, the stitching on it, kind of looks very similar to what the ghosts look like in the train graveyard. I'm not saying it's exactly the same. Don't hear what I'm not saying, but like it looks at least kind of similar in terms of the aesthetic overall. Sword looks pretty neat too, with the tape on it like that. Looks good. Yeah, overall, I like this outfit. It's definitely a different look for Angeal, but I don't hate it. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. It's not bad. Again, I do think that this is going to be another one that you either love or hate. Nice. All right, Ghost Ensis. Nailed it. Magic earth damage to all enemies. Also, earth resist is decreased. When buff is granted to self, earth damage increased to all allies. Oh, wow. Another magic damage weapon for Angeal. Interesting. So this is going to be 62 magic attack. I'll tell you that right now. I can already tell. 520. So this is going to go up to what? 700. OB6 is mid to high. 54 and 30. So it's going to be 62 and 42 then. At 780. Yeah. Wow. This is really good. I don't know what else to say. This is really good. Like, this is a really good AoE earth damage weapon. This is going to be key, I assume, for the guild battle this week. And even after that, number one, this is the strongest AoE earth damage weapon in the game, and it's not even really close. I think it's got like 200%, 260% even on the next highest one. So it's the highest AoE earth magic damage weapon in the game. And on top of that, it also does mid to high and mid to high for earth resist down and earth damage up. So not only is it decreasing the enemy's earth resistance to earth damage, it's also buffing your team's earth damage as well, with really good R abilities to help make sure that Angeal's actually doing some damage with this weapon. And then offensive R abilities. This is a really good weapon, like a really good weapon. The only downside to this is this kind of runs into what Glenn's running into, right, with Glenn's issues, because Glenn's tank options leave a lot to be desired. Even though they're great, they're all kind of like niche, right? Where Angeal's kit is very good, like across the board. I think nearly all of his weapons are solid, right? Where adding an offensive weapon to his kit, I don't think it hurts quite as bad, right? Because like him having some offensive options is a good thing. Man, I just wish that this was on a support, you know? These overspeed rolls that they added, I think really ruined my expectations for the characters in the game, right? Like when they made Angeal a tank, I expected him to be able to give his team buffs, have debuffs for the opponents, and like be able to work with multifaceted teams, right? Right now, you can't really use Angeal on magic teams. Outside of like his water magic damage build and his now earth magic damage build, but he has nothing in his kit that increases magic attack or increases magic defense like Barret does, right? And Barret doesn't have the ability to do physical attack, which is fine, right? Like it's fine because all of the rest of the things in his kit go around his magic damage builds, right? But everything inside Angeal's kit says use physical attacks, and his two damaging weapons are magic damage. And it's so strange. Like, you would think that he'd be able to support the damage type that he wants to support better than he can. This is a great weapon. I don't mean to bemoan the fact that Angeal doesn't have like good support to build with this weapon. And it's very, very good for Angeal, who also has good earth support weapons in his kit. They're just all physical, right? Like, he has an earth damage weapon and an earth resist down weapon already, but they're both physical. So he's just getting the magic damage version now, which is fine. But then in his offhand, you'd like to have something that like buffs your team's magic defense, has a good like AoE resistance up, like something like that would increase your team's survivability while he's doing this in his main hand. But instead, he's like, it's kind of awkward in the magic damage builds, which makes things a little bit weirder. All that to say, it's a fantastic weapon, and Angeal's kit is varied enough that he's able to utilize this and will be able to utilize this very, very well. Obviously, for magic damage teams, this will be very useful because it just does a lot of magic damage, and Angeal has good defensive options in his kit that he'll generally be useful on those teams. And hopefully in the future, he gets something that's a magic attack all allies. Maybe he'll get another limit break weapon. It's been a minute since Angeal's had a limit break weapon. I think it's been since half anniversary. So maybe maybe for next half anniversary, he gets a magic attack up for his entire team. We'll see. We'll see. But as a standalone, it's really, really good. It gives you all the magic attack that you need, and plenty of earth potency to make sure that Angeal's doing enough damage. It gets him up to the level 5 break, which is 55% more damage. Assuming that he's not getting an Arcanum here, that's a solid amount of damage for your tank to be dealing. And with offensive R abilities, it's nice to have an offensive option for the R abilities on your tank rolls, just to have some extra sigil boost slots or sigil boost breaks. And 696 magic attack is solid. So yeah, this is a great weapon, man. It's great. Let's go into the Ghost Robe. Ghost Robe has earth potency all allies. Good lord. Okay. Man, this is dirty to post it. It's dirty to drop this before the Final Fantasy 13 crossover, man. So I don't have to tell everybody that earth damage all allies is very, very good. Obviously, Yuffie just got an earth damage all allies weapon, or well, I'm sorry, earth damage all allies outfit, and it's magic damage, so it's even better. So being able to add an additional 15% to your entire team is obviously very, very good. I don't have to tell anybody that. It's obviously very strong. It's all going to come down to this one, and thankfully, it does look like it's going to be defensive, and it is. Oh, it's both. Interesting. This is good. It's solid. Yeah, no, I like this outfit a lot. 20% to both defenses on a tank is fantastic for number one. Like, first and foremost, that's great. 20% on both defenses for a tank is insane. But then you're also getting 20% additional magic ability damage, which increases his damage output a little bit more. This is solid, man. This is good. This is really, really good. I don't mind this at all. Yeah, this is good, man. This is good. I really don't have anything negative to say about this one. This is another good outfit, just like the Lucia one. Unlike the Lucia one, where like the +1, I find to be a bit less useful in general. The reason why I like something like this is because these stats are always useful, right? You're always going to have this extra 20% defenses on your build, and that's always going to be helpful, right? Obviously, the earth damage isn't always going to be helpful. Like, there'll be stages that are resistant to earth, so it's not a universal outfit in that way. But like, it's still good enough that unless it resists earth, Angeal can use this outfit as a defensive option all the time, right? All the time. And the fact that it gives him a little bit more magic damage means that he can use this outfit specifically. He can use this just for this, for his magic water stuff. Because remember, he has a weapon that decreases that inflicts water, what's the word I'm looking for here? Water weakness on the enemy. And the water resist down weapon that he has in the Mithril Slasher is a magic water damage weapon. So this doesn't say earth magic damage, it just says magic ability damage. This increases his water damage build too. Obviously, you lose the ability to really gain the benefit of this extra 15% earth potency, but like this 20% can go towards something else. So it's solid, man. It's solid. The only downside to this, and I don't know how better to say this, is that it's sandwiched between two limited banners or two limited events. And so it makes it very difficult to suggest pulling on it. Obviously, if you spend money in this game, and if you want to have the best build for the guild battle, you're going to probably need this. I don't know what the guild battle is yet. We haven't checked it yet. So I don't know if it's going to be AoE, if we're going to have multiple targets. I don't know if it's going to be single target. That's going to change whether or not this weapon is going to be like quote unquote necessary. But the fact that this weapon increases your entire team's earth damage while decreasing the entire enemy team's earth resistance. And then this weapon increases your entire team's earth damage by another 15%. This outfit and weapon combined make your earth magic damage ceiling much higher, which is wild considering they just raised that ceiling a month ago. So the fact that it's now raised even higher than it was before is insane, because now Yuffie has access to a magic damage focused earth damage up weapon. Because before she had to play with Tifa with the earth damage up, and then Tifa was just like there using physical damage instead of magic. And that was the only real consistent way to get your earth damage up. Now you have a weapon that increases your entire team's earth damage while also decreasing the enemy's earth resistance. It's really good, man. It's really, really good. This is one of those outfits and weapons that you can pick up and set and forget, right? Like, Angeal's just going to be on every single magic earth team. And to be honest, he's probably going to be on every earth team. Because just because this does magic damage doesn't mean he can't use this for Tifa, right? Like, earth resist down in an area of effect and earth damage up in an area of effect is still good. This is less useful for obvious reasons. Tifa's weapon already does that for you. But having an area of effect earth resist down weapon, it's not always necessary, but when you need it, it's great, right? And the fact that this is in the featured pool is awesome. So at the end of the day, as with all featured banners, it's always going to come down to the outfit. For me, this outfit is very, very good. If you like Angeal and you want to have Angeal to have an outfit, I think that this is good enough to pull on. Do I think it's the best outfit to have for Angeal is like a generic one? No. I think he'll probably end up getting a reprieve. Or not a reprieve, sorry. He'll end up getting a more defensive outfit down the road. That'll end up being a little bit more, it's how power creep works in every gacha game, right? So eventually he will get an outfit and a weapon that are probably better off for him. It'll probably be a limited banner and it'll be up against other DPS and support characters. So you have to weigh your options of whether or not you think you'll actually pull for Angeal. You want a good idea of what that means? Go back and watch my half anniversary review videos and watch how Angeal's outfit and weapon, which his outfit was amazing, but his weapon was not so good, compared to the other 3 damage dealing outfits and weapons, and see how many people have the Angeal one that don't spend money on this game. Because I bet you it's not very many. So it's kind of an opportunity cost thing here, right? Obviously we've got the limited banners coming up in just a week, right? Next week is going to be the Final Fantasy 13 banners, I assume. And so with that in mind, it makes this kind of difficult to pull for. The good news is that it lasts until November the 5th, which is 2 weeks, correct? Yeah, we got 2 weeks for this banner. So yeah, that's good news. It's good news. It's a good outfit. It's a good weapon. It's a good banner. It's just, it's you know, smushed in between 2 limited banners, and it makes it very difficult to recommend, right? Let's check really quickly the stamp card. I assume it's the same. It is the same. 2 guaranteed weapons, 3, well, an extra 5-star copy, and then obviously the outfit. You still have the option to get all of these gear medallions or whatever, the gear medals, yep, to get an extra outfit from the shop if you haven't done that already. All right, in terms of the wish list, when it comes to Angeal's sub-weapons generally hold the supportive effects for your team. So you're looking for things like the physical attack, magic attack, all allies, physical defense, magic defense, all allies, and attack all allies. These are all limited weapons that you'd likely have pulled for over the course of your account. And Angeal usually holds those things to buff your DPS and buff your entire team versus trying to buff his own damage. When it comes to the offhand weapon in his build, there are a few weapons that I had in mind that I think would probably make the most sense for your wish list. One of the ones that made the most sense to me is the, not the Type 90 longsword, it was the, there we go, the Type 91 two-hander. The Type 91 two-hander is a magic attack focused weapon that is a physical attack and magic attack decrease for 3 ATB and a diamond sigil break, which is nice to have as an offhand weapon. Gives him some boost HP, which is obviously good for Angeal because he's a tank, and gives you some ability potency, which just gives you a little bit more damage on that magic damage attack. Now, noteworthy that this does not provoke, right? This does not provoke, this does not veil, which are the 2 things that really make Angeal shine as a tank in those roles. So this would be more of a, and I hesitate to say this word, so I'm using the tightest of air quotes when I say offensive option for his offhand in his build with this new earth weapon. Generally speaking, I think this one will be more useful just because it has the ability to lower physical and magic attack with a single cast. You get -2 to both for just 3 ATB, and you have a diamond sigil break option, and it's magic attack focus, which is great. The other option that you can do that's more tank focused that does have a provoke is the Gargantuan Monolith. This is an excellent weapon with boost HP and magic defense, which is obviously both very good. Nice to have defensive options. Also gives Angeal a provoke for 60 seconds and a 15% heal for 4 ATB, which is solid, with a magic defense increase, which is just for himself. The magic defense increase for just for himself is fine on the stages that you are dealing with single target DPS magic damage, right? Obviously for the physical stages, this is no longer useful, but it still does the job, gives you the provoke, gives you that magic defense increase, gives you a little bit of a heal, gives him a chance to actually survive the attacks that he's taking, while also having really solid R abilities to help protect against those attacks. The last weapon that I would consider of all of these options would be the Type 90 Longsword. This is also another provoke option that is the physical defense version. Obviously, you're wasting some R abilities with the physical ability potency and the physical attack stats, not something that we desire. However, it still does a 750% damage, gives you the provoke, and gives regen, which will give Angeal a little bit of healing as well with defensive, the other defensive. Is it as good as the Gargantuan Monolith? No. Are either option what you want? No. Is the Type 91 Longsword what you want? No. And this is where it comes down to when I'm talking about Angeal's build when it comes to this magic damage focused weapon, is that his offhand weapon in magic tends to be pretty subpar in his featured pool. If you have his half anniversary weapon at a decent overboost level, that's not a bad option for his offhand. I don't have to tell you that, right? It's an attack all allies weapon, gives physical and magic defense, provoke, veil, right? Whole 9 yards. That's the weapon that he probably wants in that offhand. But assuming that most folks watching this video probably don't have access to that, or if you have been watching my videos and you didn't pull on that banner, because I was not a fan of that weapon when it first dropped, and I'm still not a fan of that weapon today. I do think that it's either going to be the Gargantuan Monolith or the Type 91 Longsword or Type 91 two-hander in his offhand weapon, for his offhand weapon. I would just choose one or the other. You could put both on here if you'd like, but I do think that there's some value in pulling the more recently released featured weapons. So either the weapons from Sephiroth's kit, Glenn's Desperado Glaive, or the Shining Gloves for Tifa, the Surfer Blade for Zac, right? There's a lot of really good featured weapons that are added to the pool recently that I think are very important to add. And I think you should probably look at those versus trying to, you know, perfect Angeal's offhand weapon for this, right? That's just my feedback on that, though. At the end of the day, it's your wish list. If it was me and I didn't have anything in OB10, I would be putting Gargantuan Monolith and then the 4 featured weapons that have recently released that I would like. So it'd be a lot of Sephiroth Original, the Surfer Blade for Zac, and then Tifa's Shining Gloves would be the ones that I would choose. I think even if you're interested in pulling on this, I'd probably hang tight just to see if we get more information about the Final Fantasy 13 banners in the next week and then make your decision there. I think that ultimately this is a very, very good banner. It's a very, very good weapon that I'm glad is in the kit, or glad is added to his kit. And this outfit's very, very good for Earth builds. But it's a bummer, man. It's right before a huge crossover banner. It makes it really difficult for me to pull on this.